it's Mary. Welcome to the Paper Turtle. I am so excited today. I have had this idea floating around in my head for a little while now, and I'm finally getting the chance to start it. What we're going to do is we're going to make a journal, me and you, together, and we're going to fill it full of all kinds of, I don't know, funky stuff, whatever things that we make in craft-alongs, things that I have found in thrift stores I'm going to stick in here, things that I make off camera is going to go in this journal, and hopefully it's going to be all, I don't know, I'm thinking funky and chunky, and it's going to be eclectic because there's not going to be a theme, there's not going to be a color scheme, it's just anything goes. And when it's all done, it's going to be a giveaway. And once I've reached 1,000 subscribers. So I have to reach 1,000 subscribers. And then when this journal is done, when we feel it's done, then I'll do a giveaway. And the the lucky winner will get the completed journal. I think that's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun to put together. It's going to be fun to do the videos. And then it's definitely going to be fun to give it away to somebody. So that is my plan, and I hope that maybe you make your own journal along with me while I'm doing this, because we're going to also do the ephemera, and we're going to do some fun pages to go in it, and I just think that it's going to be, I don't know, I needed a project, so this is my new project, and it's going to be for one of you, so I'm really excited about it. And as you can tell, I just blurted that all out because I'm just anxious to get started. I'm excited. Can you tell? I'm excited. So we're using this book. This is an old book I picked up at probably an estate sale. It's Mind Your P's and Q's by Jerome Mayer. It is an old handwriting analysis book. I can get rid of that. The inscription in it is dated 1933, and the book is copyright the latest printing is 1928. It's got that nice soft paper in it, but that's going to come out. It also has handwriting samples and this tissue paper. It's very fragile though, so I don't know if I can use too much of it, but I'll try to use some of it in the book. Yeah, see, it's very fragile. You would write like on a piece of paper and put the tissue paper over it, and then this particular one uses the slant of your handwriting. I don't know exactly how handwriting analysis works, but evidently from what I can gather from this book, they assign a letter and number to certain things in your handwriting, and then those things represent certain personality traits. I don't know. So this tissue paper would rate your slant on your handwriting. So you write your handwriting on a piece of paper and put it under here, and whatever way it slants is the number that it goes with. And then there was another one that had, some pages have been torn out of here, so it doesn't exactly go in order. How large are your small letters? And you would write something on the piece of paper and put this over it, and it would rate the letters, the size of your letters. So there's several of those different kinds of tissue paper in here. Like I said, very fragile. And then different handwritings. And in the back, which is really cool, they have analyzed some famous people's handwriting. This one is Benjamin Franklin. So they took this handwriting sample of Benjamin Franklin and they assigned all those letters and numbers to it, you know, according to the slant and the size and how he makes his cues and all of that kind of stuff. And analyzed his personality. And so that's kind of interesting. There's Charles Darwin. I think Thomas Edison maybe is in here. A couple of people, I don't know who they are. Thomas Edison. So it's kind of an interesting book, but it's old, it's falling apart, and we're going to make new use of it. And we'll use some of the pages in some of our stuff too. So if you want to make the journal with us, grab an old book or use your food packaging, your cracker boxes, cereal boxes, whatever it is you use, whatever you use to make a journal, and let's make a journal. We are going to start by tearing this book apart. I know that hurts. It hurts me too, but this one is no good, so I'm giving it new life. And that's a good thing, because you know what? See how brittle and rotted out it is? This would have sat somewhere, maybe a bookstore, maybe in somebody's barn or garage, and just rotted away. But it's not going to now. It's going to be a fun junk journal. Because this is so rotten, it cuts away real easy. So I am just cutting the front and the back off. We're going to make a new spine, because that spine is non-existent. I'm going to set the book pages aside to be used another day. And I'm going to, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this part off here. Try to clean this up as much as I can, just to have a clean slate to start with. And I was thinking about how I wanted to do this, and I think what I'm going to do is cover these inside covers, because yeah, they're aged, but they're kind of, I don't know. For me, they're a little too dirty looking. I don't know. Some people would like that look, but it's too dirty looking. So I'm going to cover this. And I'm not sure what we're going to do with this yet. I like this, so I'm going to leave that. But I might put something along here, some lace or something. So we'll see when we get to that point. As we go along through this whole process, if you have any ideas or suggestions of what to do, you know, either making the book or decorating the pages or whatever, if there's something you'd like to see me do, let me know, and we will, I'll try to incorporate that in. So, like, I'm not going to get to decorating that today, which reminds me, I need to check the time. Okay. I'm not going to get to decorating that today, so as long as I haven't already made the next video by the time I put this up, if you have any suggestions of what we could do with the cover, I do plan on putting book corners on, but I don't want to do that until after I figure out what I'm going to do here. So this is like, the edges are kind of like dirty. I have cleaned this off. I have wiped it down, but you know, that's ages of dirt there, where you can see something was piled on top of it, maybe another book. So this part's cleaner, and then the edges are a little dirtier. I mean, I could leave it. You know, it doesn't feel dirty. It doesn't come off on your hands or anything. But then I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe some lace or something. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I want this this journal to be kind of a, I don't know, a collaboration of sorts, I guess. So if you have any ideas, if there's something you want to see, let me know. And we will try to incorporate that in. All right, so we made this nice mess. Let me clean this off. And then we can do the next part. I came up with this idea. Who was I watching? Oh, Pam at the Paper Outpost. She recently did a flip through of a journal that she sold in her Etsy shop. And watching the flip through, I could see that what she did was a lot of the things that she does on her channel, she put into the journal. And it really was cool. And hers was very eclectic, but with her personal style, you could see her personal style in there. And the journal was fun to go through, and you could see, like, oh, I saw when she did that one video, and it was just fun. So I thought, gosh, I'd like to do that. And I think it would be a good giveaway because I'm coming up to 1,000 subscribers soon, and I'd like to have something for a giveaway, and I thought that would be a fun thing. Okay, so I need to measure, and it is 10.5. My ruler, the numbers and things are starting to wear off on it, and I think I need to find another metal ruler, but I'm pretty sure that's 10.5. Let me measure it against, where's this ruler? This ruler. I don't know if you can see it on the video. No, I don't think so. I have this mat is magnetic, and it came with this ruler that sticks to the mat. And so I keep it down here at the bottom, and I just use it to measure a lot of times. All right, 10.5. And I write this down, because if I don't write it down, I keep asking myself over and over and over again throughout the whole journal what the size is. Okay, so it's 10.5 high by, I'll just use this ruler, 7.5. 7.5 wide, which means that that's 15 inches total. I'll need those measurements later. I am going to do I think 1.5 inch spine or 2-inch spine, maybe. Let me see. I have another journal here that I'm working on. Let me see what size I made this one. 2.5 inch, and that seems to be a good size. All right, it's going to be a 2.5 inch spine. And I think I'm going to have to double this cardboard because it's a little bit flimsy. All right, so I'm going to cut it first. Let me think. I'm going to cut it this way first. So I need 5 inches. Nine and a half. The only thing I don't like about this cutter, I like the cutter, I like how it cuts, I like the guard thing here, but it only goes up to 9 inches. So if I have something more than 9 inches, I have to measure and mark, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. All right, 9.5. It's right there. I mean, it's not that big a deal. I certainly can measure and mark, but it'd be a lot easier if I didn't have to. And then 2.5. So, to make your cardboard spine the way that I'm doing it, I would use either a piece of cardboard that is the same thickness as the book, or in the case of what I'm doing here, I'm taking 2 thinner pieces and gluing them together. Uh-oh. You watched me do that, didn't you? What happened? Oh my gosh. This is why I have to write it down. It's 10.5 and I did it 9.5. Of course. Mary. All right, let's try this again. I bet you wonder how I actually ever make anything. Oh gosh. All right. We'll do it again. If you're going to write your measurements down, you have to look at them. Why did I do that? That was weird. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know. Don't ask me. What did I say? 2.5, right? On my spine, on the width of the spine. Yes. I hope this other piece is 2.5. Uh-oh, why didn't you go through? Boy. Okay, now today you get to see me not being perfect. You know, it never is. Nope. Oh my gosh. Have no fear, I have more cardboard. I think I have a piece long enough. That has things in it. None of these are long enough. I have more. This one. This one. Oh my goodness. But these will get used. They will. They'll go in my little cardboard folder down here and get used for something else. This one won't even fit in my cutter. It'll fit that way. Okay, I need 2.5. Boy. Sometimes things don't work out perfectly. This is why my videos are so long. But you just go with the flow. Okay. And 10.5 at the market. Okay, once you finally get done fiddling around and get your cardboard done, now, is this going to be too high? I feel like it is. Maybe not. Is it going to be too thick? Because this one piece is a little thicker than this one. but I feel like one is too thin. So I am going to go ahead and glue them together. I don't think it'll hurt for it to be just a titch thicker than the front cover. I need my glue, a glue sheet. I meant to get a nice fresh clean sheet to put down, but I didn't, so now I have to dig one out. Okay. Isn't this big bottle of Aleene's great? I got this. I actually bought this at an estate sale for like $1. The things you find sometimes. Now I'm just taking this. It's one of those little, I don't know, not a credit card, but some of them are credit cards that you get in the mail, advertising things, and it works perfectly for spreading glue. So I'm just gluing these two together just to have stability on the spine. They don't have to be perfect because they're going to end up being actually sewn together and connected with fabric and all this other happy stuff. So it helps if you don't glue it to your glue page. All right, so it's going to be like this. And I am going to use this fabric to cover it. But I think before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and cover these because I want the paper to be under what's going to overlap. So let me do that first. I've already picked out the paper, so I don't have to fumble around with that. But I think I want to keep this 1933 up here. I want that to show. So I'm going to cut this so that that will show. Let me do it on this side. I don't know if you were not in frame just then. It's almost like the end paper is not even on this side over here. I think I can do it like that. And that'll go to there. And this one will go to there. So I've already, I've done a few craft alongs where I've made stuff, and those I will go ahead and put in here, and you can go back and watch the videos. Once we get to that point, I'm not ready to do that yet, but when I do, I will let you know that there's a video for that particular thing so that you can go and watch that video if you hadn't already seen it. And then if you wanted to do one of whatever it is and put it in your own journal, then that would work. I think that this is going to be okay. like this. It shows the 1933 up there, which is not, of course, the date of the book, but it's a date of when somebody had the book. Yeah, I like it like that. I'm going to do that. Now, sometimes some of the glue doesn't stick to these old pages very well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use the wet glue, which I don't usually use when I'm doing paper like this. I usually use my glue stick because the wet glue tends to be too wet. So I'm going to try to make it like very thin. So that it doesn't wrinkle up the paper and stuff. Where's my spready thingy? I'm losing stuff already. What did I do with it? Oh my god. I always put it right here because, you know, it's got glue on. Here it is. Today's not my day. Why isn't today my day? Why am I messing up? Do you think this will be enough to keep this down? I don't know. You know, when I use a glue stick, I cover the whole thing. I'm going to also use a glue stick. I don't know if that's going to mess it up or not, but the wet glue on this paper just doesn't... I don't know. I don't think it works very well. I mean, it works as far as, like, it'll stick it down, but if I don't cover the whole entire paper, I'm afraid there'll be bubbles under the paper. Hear my chair squeaking. I'm sorry. I know I said in a video a while back that I was going to fix that, and I haven't done it yet. So my chair is squeaking as I move. Sorry. Okay. Hopefully that will work nicely. I'm going to leave the 1933 showing. Yeah, see how wrinkly it is? I don't like it. I don't like it wrinkling like that. That bothers me. But I think between the two glues, that's going to glue down very nicely. Yep. And you know what I just realized? That 1933 is probably going to get covered up because it's so close to the edge there. When I pull the fabric and then I'm going to put a thing of trim there, I think it's going to get covered up anyway. Nope, this cap is not going to fit on that glue. What is happening today? Oh my gosh. Okay, that is going over there for a minute. That goes over there. Then we're going to do this one. The scraps over here. And for this side, I'm going to use this, which is very similar in color. So it kind of is keeping the integrity of the aging of it, but giving it a fresh look and feel. I need a fresh look and feel. Actually, I got my hair cut not too long ago. I hadn't had it cut in over a year not because of COVID, because we're open in Florida and we have been for a long time. Which I'm so happy. I'm so happy I live in Florida sometimes. But because the last time I got it cut, I got a bad haircut. Bad haircut. I did not like it at all. And it was so short. It took forever to grow out. And I've lived here for 6 years now. And I have not been able to find a good hairdresser that I liked. I've been to, I don't know how, 4 or 5 different people. And they all can't seem to cut my hair very well. And the last one was kind of almost like a last straw for me. I was so frustrated. I was so upset. I mean, it was such a bad haircut. You would not believe. And so it has made me scared to go back to anybody else, because does anybody here know how to cut hair? So I have a friend here who went and got her hair cut, and she had got like a really drastic cut, like from long to very short, and it looked good. And the cut, you could tell that it was a good cut, you know. So you know what I think I'm going to do with this one? I'm going to put the glue on here and then the glue stick on here. Do you think that'll work better? We'll see. So I liked her haircut, and it looked good, and it looked like the person who cut it knew what they were doing. So I said, okay, I'll try her. But I mean, I procrastinated and put it off and put it off and put it off. And finally, I was so sick of my hair being long and shaggy. I said, okay, I got to do it. I'm going to go get my hair cut. So I went. I was scared. I know it's just a haircut and it'll grow back, but I don't know. I just figure people should be competent at their jobs, you know. And when I'm paying them money to do something and they're not competent, it just makes me angry. And it should, you know. But, so I went to this other person, and I could tell right away that she was going to know what she was doing. The way that she was asking me what I wanted, the questions that she was asking me, the suggestions she was making and everything. I was like, okay, I feel comfortable with this person. I think that she's not going to totally screw up my hair. And she didn't. It's a good haircut. She did a good job on it. And I will go back to her. But it's so short. It's very short. It's much shorter than what I thought it was going to be. Much shorter than what I like my hair to be. But, and you know, once I make that first cut, it's too late. You got to go with it. So I do like it. I'm getting more and more used to it being short, but next time I'll go back to her because I did like her. But I'll just tell her not to cut it this short next time. So I do have a fresh look, but I don't necessarily like it. You know what? I just realized this paper has handwriting on it. And this is from a handwriting analysis book. Is that not cool? That's really cool. I did not make that connection when I picked the paper out. I honestly didn't. I just realized it. All right. Do you see what I mean by eclectic? There's not going to be any theme here. We're just going with what we like. It's going to be a good sized book. Pages are going to be big enough to put some good stuff in here. All right, now the next thing, the fabric for the spine. I love this fabric. I had 2 other pieces of fabric picked out that I was going to use. And I don't know, they just weren't hitting me as something I really liked. So I kept going back and looking for other pieces of fabric. And I found this one. And I said, that's the one. That is it. So, this is the one that we're using. And it's so cute. I don't know if you can really see it very well, but it's like vintage cat pictures. It is adorable. I just love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, now I want it to, let's see, how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to do it from this end. I'm going to cut off this selvage because well, no, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put lace on it anyway. Okay, never mind that. All right, so the spine is 2.5 inches, and then I want it to go over like, is that about an inch? Where's my ruler? Yeah, that's about an inch. So 2.5 inches plus an inch, 3.5 inches is where I'm going to cut it. If I do 3.5 inches, that doesn't look like it's 3.5 inches is right here. That's not where I want it to go. If I did that, it would be like about there. I want it to go about there. So how far would that be? That's 4. I want 4.5 inches. Boy, I almost did that. I almost messed that up, didn't I? And you're sitting there saying, no, Mary, it's 4.5 inches. Oh my goodness. All right, 4.5 inches. I know, I'm like backwards. And it needs to wrap all the way around and overlap just a little bit. Let's cut it there. Okay. So cute. I hope enough of it's going to show to really be able to see what's on there. Okay, what I need to do, we're going to lay this down. Yeah, that'll be like this in the center. I'm going to put glue on this. I need to put my cap on here. I find that this Aleene's Tacky Glue works just fine for gluing down fabric. It really does. I've used it like many times now, and it works just fine. The fabric does, I mean, it depends on your fabric, whether the glue's going to show through or not. But unless it's like a really thin fabric, then the glue doesn't show through. And if you spread it like this, then you don't get lumps. Everything is sticking. You don't get lumps. Your glue is nice and flat and spread out over your project. So put that right in the middle like that. Right like that. And then I'm going to turn it over and make sure that it's smooth. Make sure there's no wrinkles. Get your fold lines out. There. And that's what we're going to see on the spine. Isn't that cute? All right. Then turn it back over. And the back is going to go right here. So we want to put a little bit of glue right along here. This is not as difficult as you think it is. And I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. If you have not made a journal yet, what are you waiting for? Just do it. Just do it. It's a lot of fun. It's easy. Trust me, I am not one to do complicated crafts. And if I can do this, you can do this. I'm going to put this right up against the spine, but leaving enough space to be able to fold it like that. I actually want a little bit more. And then again, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to smooth it out. Now I am going to put trim along the edge of this. So this fraying and stuff, it doesn't matter. You can leave the fraying if you like that look and you want that on there. That's perfectly fine just to leave it with a raw edge like that. And maybe I will. I don't know. I might leave it. I'll have to see how it looks. I have trim picked out, but I could leave it. We'll see. All right. I feel like it could be a little bit closer, but that'll be fine. And then this one will go right here. I love the name of this book. Now this is masking tape, kind of like a masking tape. All right. So if you have an old book and it's a little bit ratty, it's all right, because by the time that you make your new spine and you put the edges on it and you decorate it up, it looks great. Well, that was more glue than I needed. Oops. Unless you get glue all over it. In which case, it may not look as great. No, that's going to be fine because I'm going to put trim there. And again, you just butt it up to your thing, leaving enough to open and close. And I'm going to turn it over. Smooth it out. So cute. I'm glad I picked that fabric. I really like it. You don't see a whole lot of it, but I think you see enough. Also on the inside, I'm going to put some trim down. Because it comes out upside down when you do it this way. What I could do is trim this and then turn it right side up and put it on there. But then my ends will be... No, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it because most of this you're not even going to see. I'll do the bottom one first. So now I'm putting the glue here, on here, and here. And this really, I guess smoothing it out is probably I smooth it out because I don't want lines of glue showing. I don't know if it really would or not, but I'm going to not take the chance. So I'm pulling it, you know, pretty taut, lengthwise. And then again, just smoothing it all out. And I'm running my thumbnail into the crease here because you want it to have a nice smooth fold when it opens and closes. But that one came out pretty good. And then let me put a little bit here. Then this one. I'd probably cut that a little longer than I needed to, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Yep, it's covering the 1933. Shoot! I kind of wanted that to show. Oh well. Hope you don't mind that it's upside down. I don't think it's really gonna, you're not gonna see too much of it anyway. Tried to take the lid off. Could use your bone folder to do that if you want. If there's a little bit of wrinkling, don't worry about it. Don't fret. Here's the thing, we're not going for perfection. Okay, so here is the beginnings of it. So cute. This book, she's reading a book. It says How to Eat Birds. What's the other one say? It says mouse tails, both short and long. It's cute. So that, I think that looks really good. Now, I have this trim that I got that I thought would look super cute right here. Yep, I like it, I like it, I like it. Let's see. Right here. There, I think that that is going to be just right. Now, I'm going to use a different glue because sometimes when I'm gluing some of this trim, especially if it's older trim, the Aleene's doesn't work as well. But this is Aleene's too, but it's the clear tacky glue, and it's a little bit stronger than the white glue, I think. So it holds the fabrics better. And again, if they're older fabrics, for some reason they just don't want to glue as well. And the glue will hold that little piece together there. So now that you're seeing like what this part of the cover will look like, tell me what you think about over here. And like I said, I will be putting corners on the book because the corners are a little bit rough, and that'll dress it up a little bit too. But I think it might need something here. I'm going to show you a couple things that I have sitting here that we'll see if they go. Now the back of the back cover, should I do the back cover the same with this? Yeah, I think I will. Why not? I have it. It's the last of it, so I'll just use it. And maybe I can use the rest of it in the book somewhere. This is what I have left, so we will see it again. I'm actually going to use something up. I'm excited about that. Come on. So as you can see, we just did a journal cover fairly quickly without too many mistakes or fiddling around. You know, I didn't measure right. That's on me. But it all goes together quite nicely, I think. I'm going to try to get this glue under here to glue that down. I want these ends to like pop back up at some point in time. The glue isn't, it won't show, but I still don't like little globs of glue if I can help it. But then on the other hand, the glue will help hold down the ends so that they don't fray. All right, there's our cover. What do you think? I think this needs to be trimmed right here. That's better. So for this side, I'm going to show you what I have, but I don't know if I love it. I have other things. If this is just one thing that I pulled out, I have this. Which is pretty, but I think my problem is I don't know if I like this with this being over here. I think this needs something, but I just don't know what. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, does it need something wider? Does it need something more colorful? Does it, you know, like that? I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with that end. So give me some ideas, give me some suggestions, tell me what you think. Now for the inside, here and here, I have some smaller lace. Where did I put it? There it is. Is it this? No. Wait, I've got it here somewhere. Oh, what did I do with it? Did I put it away? I thought I had it out. Hold on. I'm so sorry. This is not what I like to do. I thought I had it right here. Hold on. It's got to be there because it's not here. I didn't put it away. It's on my desk somewhere. I have something else if I can't find it. Oh, I found it. I found it. Okay. I figured I would put this here. Yep, I like that. Thrift store finds. Everything except the scrapbook paper and possibly the scrapbook paper. I don't know exactly where I got these particular pieces. I have gotten from thrift stores or estate sales. You might have seen them in previous videos. So keep your eye out at places for anything. The old books, the fabric, the trim, all of this stuff. I don't know if these have a front or a back or a right way or a wrong way. I just kind of feel them, and whatever feels like the smoothest side is the side I put down. When your fingers start getting so sticky that everything sticks to them. Now, I don't know if you noticed, maybe you didn't notice because most of it's gone, but my hands, yeah, most of it's gone, were covered in paint. Oh my gosh. My son has bought a second home here where we live. He lives an hour and a half south of us. And he's bought a second home that he's going to use like on the weekends when they come up, because they have 3 dogs. Why the hell they ever got 3 dogs, I don't know. But no offense to dog owners, but come on, you got 3 kids, you don't need 3 dogs too. But anyway, so they have these 3 dogs that we do not want here at our house because they're destructive. And one of them can't be around other people. So he can't come anyway. So since they got these 3 dogs, they can't come to spend a weekend. Which is unfortunate because you know, we always had some really good fun times around the fire late at night, and they would spend the night, and it just, I don't know. I miss those days. So they bought this property to use as an Airbnb, and then they can use it on the weekends and come up, and they can bring their dogs to their property, and they don't have to worry about leaving the dogs home. So that's their whole plan. So I'm really excited about that. The house needed a little bit of cosmetic work. Well, a lot of cosmetic work. So we've been helping them with that. And yesterday, I was doing painting some trim work. And then I went to clean the brush. And the paint just stuck to me like crazy. And it was like sticky. I couldn't wash it off. I couldn't get it off with just water. The water actually made it worse and made it really sticky. And I didn't have anything else. They were gone. They had gone to Home Depot or somewhere to get some supplies. I tried to wash my hands. My hands were covered because I was trying to clean the brush. And so my hands ended up getting covered with this sticky white paint. So I went in the house and I looked at the paint can, and it's gel paint. Have you ever used gel paint? I don't know if they bought it by mistake or if they knew what they were buying or what, but it was awful. So I texted them with my one unsticky finger, and I said, please get paint remover of some kind, because this gel paint is awful. It's really sticky. Well, at that point, they had not really used the paint or cleaned the brush. I mean, they had used the paint, but they hadn't cleaned the brush yet. I used the brush that they were using. So they didn't realize what happens when you add water to the gel paint. Oh my gosh, it was awful. So my hands never got clean. I mean, eventually, obviously, they have gotten clean, but there's still a little bit of white paint on them. So now I know, do not use gel paint. All right, so now obviously I'm just trimming up the trim, making sure that the ends are all glued down nicely, and my glue is about on its last drops here. This kind of trim is a little bit tricky because, you know, there's not a whole lot of it there to stick down. So you have to kind of make sure that the glue gets on the solid parts of the trim. I don't think we're going to have time to do too much more here, because I don't want the video to be super long. Where's what did I do with the watch? Oh, we're almost at an hour. And which is good timing, because we're really just kind of finished so far with it. There's other little things that we will do to it in the next videos. But the next video, we will make the signature pages, and we'll hopefully have time to sew them in. And then we can get to the decorating. Woohoo! That's going to be my favorite part. I just love this fabric. It's so cute. And see, it's not too, like, you don't look at this and see a bunch of cats, but there they are. Kind of like a little surprise on the spine there. And you won't see this because the signatures will be in there, so you won't notice that it's upside down. But very nice. I hope you made one too. If you haven't yet, go ahead and grab your stuff and make one. Make it along with me. And remember, this is going to be a giveaway once I reach 1,000 subscribers and the book is done. So that'll be fun. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for subscribing. Hit the like button, hit the notification button, and leave me a comment. And we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.